Greetings, y'all. How are we doing? How are we feeling? It is I, Swerve the Magician, also known as the Bipolar Bodybuilder. You are on my YouTube channel, and I am happy to have you here. If it's your first time meeting me, I'm an amateur bodybuilder working my way to pro. This page is mostly centered around my mental health journey while still competing and looking to be competitive in the professional space of bodybuilding. So if you look on like older videos of me, you'll see me attempt to go up to stage a few times, but had to back down a couple times. So this is me halfway there. I'm halfway to stage. I was trying to keep up with weekly vlogs, but somewhere in the middle of June, where we were like maybe 11 or 12 weeks out, I got a little off with the check-ins, like recording myself after my check-ins. So I'll just update you as much as I can from my noggin, because I don't know where my phone is right now. Okay. If you're brand new to this and you don't want to go back, basically I started prep for a bodybuilding show May the 19th. So a 15-week prep. I am now 8 weeks out, 7 weeks out some days from my first show, and then I'll do a second show the weekend after if all things go the way we wanted to. I am 5'5". I currently weigh 160 pounds. When I started prep, I was 175, floating to 180. So for me in particular, I do hold a lot of water weight. It tends to just want to be with me. We don't know why, but it is a thing. So that being said, I just got a DEXA scan, so I do want my phone. Hold on, y'all. Where's my phone? Okay, now that I have my phone, I went to go get like I was saying, I went to go get a DEXA scan now that I have my phone. And I'll update you guys guys and gals, on where I'm at, where I've been, how it's looking. So my first DEXA scan was in August 2024, and I was 160 pounds, and I was 132 pounds of lean mass. So that would put me at 14% body fat. Then that was the start of a bulking phase or improvement season. We realized I wasn't gonna be able to compete, or wasn't looking to compete during that time. So improvement season started. And then checking on myself, November 4th, I was 177 and I had 147 pounds of lean body mass, which put me at 13% body mass, and I had gained 14 pounds of muscle. It was beautiful. Improvement season was going where it was supposed to. Then everything happened in the winter. We ended up not doing the prep, starting the prep, not doing the prep, grieving, more IOP, all those things. So lost a bit of muscle, gained a bit of fat. Came back at 169, and my fat mass was at 27 pounds. That put me at 135 pounds of lean mass. So I lost 11 pounds of muscle during that time and went up to 16% body fat. Now, going into and knowing that I was about to prep, I was 169, June 19th, 170 pounds, and I was 14% body fat, lean mass was 140. And where the significant change is that I'm now July 20th. I took this on July 18th. My total mass is 158, and my lean mass is still at 140, 139, and my body fat percentage is 8%. So basically I lost 9 pounds of fat and dropped about a pound of muscle. So yeah, there we are. Okay, what other things? So that being said, coach wants me to be, or is aiming numerically for a low 140s range. So that we'll be looking at that, as well as how my conditioning looks. Right now, I'm depleted. I haven't had carbs in quite some time. Just a reminder that 1, trigger warning for eating disorders. 2, bodybuilding diets are not everyday diets. These are extremes to get an extreme outcome for one day. We're going to look like that for one day. So with that being said, like right now I can feel the hunger in the pit of my stomach. I'm hungry. Coach turned up the cardio maybe Tuesday of last week, something like that. Because he wants to see me progress a little bit more, a little faster. We want to be where we want to be for stage 4 weeks out. So I have 3.5 weeks to get it together. So where he is expecting me to be. And then we'll start doing like peak week dry runs and stuff like that. In the background, we're finally getting my paperwork and stuff where it needs to be so that I can do what I need to do in other areas of my life, finally. As annoying as that is, I try to keep some of my personal life, like I want to keep this to like mental health, fitness, high level me, but getting into the weeds of like my career and all that type of stuff, and minute details, nuance, I don't want to do that. Back to the point, cardio has been turned up. Food is still the same from when I came back from the trip. If I need to edit that and put that out, but basically my meal plan stayed the same for almost 5 weeks, and I want to say at the 11-week mark, we had our big significant change. And I haven't had a meal plan change other than that. The only thing that has changed has been a small addition of carbs, just because I do have a really high training intensity, and I also kind of go really, really hard with my cardio because it takes a lot to get my heart rate in a certain heart range, because I do have pretty good cardiovascular health. So with that being said, we added a little bit more carbs on my low days so that I am, able to actually function. But what else is going on? I just wanted to pick up halfway through and do an introduction to a new blog. At least get something rolling where I feel like it's a good starting point to start a new video, if that makes sense. So this is intro to halfway. I don't know how long I'll go with this one video, but I want to get back rolling, get back seeing some footage, because there is definitely day by day major changes. And I did record a lot of the talking pieces of like how I'm feeling and all that type of stuff. So I have bits and pieces of that. So it's not completely lost. And then we have videos of me throughout the check-ins and stuff like that, of me dropping the weight. It happened kind of blink and you miss it type thing. But yeah, today is going to be an unexpectedly fun day. So today would be my second glute day. I am on a low carb day. I need to get my cardio done, which is 55 minutes. I need to get 10,000 steps. I get to get 10,000 steps. I get to do cardio. And I'm not rolling my eyes at the fact that I'm correcting myself. I'm rolling my eyes at the fact that I need to correct myself. I am very grateful to be in this position, and I'm choosing to be in this position. Nobody's making me do this. And that's a big reminder for anybody that's getting into bodybuilding prep. You can stop when you want to. That's why it took me so long to get this close, because I stopped when I needed to. But right now, I will say that this prep has been feeling really, really good. Other than like those bouts of me hitting like extreme fatigue, it's been good. Like, not super hungry. I will say today, yesterday, day before, we're hitting that point where I'm like, oh my God, I'm so freaking hungry. I don't know what to do with myself. Well, and then to say that, you know, I have 0% visceral fat. I'm down 8% body fat. There's like 11 pounds of fat left on me. So yes, I'm fighting my best to get the last of it off of me. So it makes sense that I'm like extremely tired and extremely hungry. My body is trying to do what it needs to do to get back to homeostasis. But that is not the name of the game. The name of the game is be spooky and freaky and look peeled. Can you see my veins? Usually you can, but it's not as bad today. Usually I have to keep the shirt on because it's just like it attracts the wrong attention. But yeah, so today's gonna be a fun day. I'm gonna try to get some clips. I'll keep it surprise as far as like the to do for today outside of training glutes and the cardio. I'm actually waiting for it to be a good time for me to get in the car and go. This is an hour drive. So maybe like another 20 minutes, 10 minutes, I'll start getting ready to go. And then I'll try to get some clips of the behind the scenes. Yeah, and then I think there's going to be a huge announcement in this video. I just need to get confirmation. I might even save it. There's a really exciting partnership happening. So things have really been moving in this past month. So I really would like to share with you guys. 1, 2, I want to document it for myself. I keep saying that, like being able to look back, I would suggest it for anybody to be able to look back and see how far you've come. It's very important to me, especially when comforting and coping with things. Back to the whole thing. But yeah, about 20 minutes, so I'm about to get out of here and we get to have some fun. I'll do glutes late tonight. Cardio late tonight. And my cardio did switch from Stairmaster to jogging and elliptical just to see if more aerobic movement helps. Because I am a Stairmaster girl. I ain't gonna hold you. I am a Stairmaster girl. But we'll try something new to see if we can get my heart rate up. But yeah, those are all the updates. Welcome to we're halfway there. The video. All right, see you guys. Greetings, y'all. How we doing? How are we feeling? I hope it's good. We are back. The last time I talked to you guys, I was at a photo shoot. What day was that? Saturday. Today is Tuesday. Fridays and Tuesdays are my check-in days, so today checked in, I was 153. The last time you see me, I was 156. So I've been floating around the 150s for the past 3 weeks. And we've noticed a pattern that after my high days, I drop down, and after my low days, I increase. So we increased in my food. That is the newest update. Yeah, cardio is still the same. Everything else is pretty consistent. But that's the biggest update. Today, I had a bit of a crash out just because I keep getting a lot of comments about my upper body, and like the division that I'm in is about lower body. So just would like to have, you know, more affirmation around the bottom half of me. But it's okay. We're getting where we need to be. I'm getting a lot of beautiful affirmations in my DMs now. So I really appreciate it. But today is going to be a cardio day. Nothing but cardio pretty much. The big thing for me right now is if I should head up to the gym and do my cardio or just go downstairs to the fitness center and do it. The thing with doing it in the fitness center is I can really stop whenever I want to come upstairs, take a break, rejuvenate myself, and then come back down. The thing about going to the gym is I'll probably knock it out all at once and then be done for the day. So pros and cons to both. The other thing about the gym is that I could take Stella with me and she'll be in the AC with me while we do it here. I usually leave her upstairs. She can't come to the fitness center because she is a service animal, but I'd rather leave her in the house where she has a little bit more freedom. So those are the big things. Nothing big has changed. But I wanted to keep updating, at least jumping on camera on my check-in days to update. I probably will spend some time editing and uploading today. I just got confirmation on my return to work date, so I feel more confident uploading my content. It's just the big thing is like, for me, the reason I've been off of work is for mental health purposes and to make sure that I have all the resources that I need to have when I return to work. So one of the main things that makes me uncomfortable is that because my disability is invisible, I don't want it to ever be perceived that I'm perfectly fine and I'm abusing my resources. Does that make sense? Because one, I don't post when I have low periods, of course. I don't think most people do. Or the lowest of the lows. I do talk about it, but there's a certain hesitancy with me in social media and having a career that is completely outside of social media, where I just don't want to be perceived in a certain way. So after getting confirmation on my return to work status and everything is pretty much locked in and good to go, where I don't feel like there could be too much retaliation, now I feel confident about going ahead and uploading and some of the stuff that I've recorded over the past couple weeks. So yeah, I'll probably have that up and see some, at least 3 or 4 videos out of that. I think it should be minimum 3 good videos. Probably not a lot of like seeing exactly what I'm doing, but getting some information out of me. And then the one video that I really want to sit down and do, and I've been talking about doing for almost a year, is my fitness journey. So basically going through from when I first started working out, probably 12, 13 to now, and just like the yo-yo, the tips, the tricks, the things that I wish I knew. So I'll spend some time doing that. I've pretty much pulled all the pictures for that, so it'll be relatively easy to get through. It'll just be the talking portion. I've said I was going to work on that for quite some time, so I'm going to hold myself to it for that one. But yeah, I just wanted to update you guys before I get on with my day. Yeah, not too much is going on. Not in the best mood ever, but to be considered, it's 7 weeks out. We're 7 weeks out. Or in that 2-month range. It's time to put the blinders on, stop listening to people, really only listen to my coach, give it up to my coach. I'm gonna stop looking in the mirror in a few days, probably. Yeah, because body dysmorphia, if you don't know what it is, basically is when you see something different than what is actually there. So maybe a great way of putting it is you have a very slender build, but you feel as though you're heavy set. So what you see, your perception of what you see is completely different than what is objectively there. So body dysmorphia is something that definitely sets in for bodybuilders, especially being so depleted and flat, meaning that our muscle doesn't have volume because lack of carbs pulling in water, so your muscles look flat, so you look small. So that tends to add to the body dysmorphia. And then the comparison of yourself against different competitors, and the reminder that competitors are taking pictures with different angles and shadows and stuff like that. So you're comparing yourself against a picture that you don't even know if it's a good basis to compare yourself to. So it's just, like I said, it's time to stop with all of it. Stop looking at other people, stop talking to other people, just really lock in on what the plan is, and that's it. So yeah, I did mention that my plan got changed. I am on 1 high day, 4 low days. 2 extra low days got pulled out last week. My low days got increased in carbs this week. It's getting to the point where I've been so depleted that it's probably just my body needing the extra energy to actually burn the other energy, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's all I really got for you guys. I'm a bit brain dead, really tired, and I still have to do the cardio. So I'm gonna get out of here. I'll talk to you guys later. Hopefully with some good updates by Friday. Bye. Greetings, y'all. How are we doing? How are we feeling? So if you can't tell, we're in a completely different location. This is not my car. This is a rental. I snuck away to see my coach because I needed some mental clarity. So I'm currently in the DMV area, and I just finished up at Gold's Gym doing my cardio. I am currently at Whole Foods. I don't know if you could tell. I'm at Whole Foods. I know it's kind of overexposed. I'm going to grab a few things, and then I'm going to head back to the Airbnb. Tomorrow I'm going to try to get some content of us training. Mike got content of us training today. So I'm just updating y'all since it is Friday. Checking Friday. And I really haven't picked up the camera because I was traveling all night on Thursday. I ended up doing a red-eye flight. So I got here at midnight. And woke up, went to the gym, and now it's about 4 Friday. Yeah. So I'll see you in the next clip. Greetings, y'all. So you are crooked. I'm sorry, but unfortunately, unlike my Wrangler, this is not a flat surface. This is a compass. But let's see, that better. A little wobbly, but it is the next day. It's Saturday, the 26th. Saturday the 26th. Almost my birthday. My birthday's on the 30th, so exciting stuff. I woke up pretty early. Didn't get a lot of sleep. I believe a mania started about 4 or 5 days ago. I would say a hypomania because I am medicated, so it's not as crazy, but I am taking a last minute trip to Maryland out of nowhere, so but I don't feel like I'm doing anything extra reckless, so I'll say hypomania. Beyond the point, not sleeping. Woke up, went to catch up some more on some cardio. So this past week, so the week 7 weeks out, I was really running behind on cardio, and then I traveled. So I know my weight's not gonna look like I want it to look if I were to weigh myself right now, because I'm fasted other than this coffee and some water. I don't think it would be what I want it to be. But with that being said, I'm not gonna stress myself out because it's just gonna make it worse. First off, but I did my cardio, grabbed some coffee as my treat for finishing it, or getting the amount that I wanted done. I wanted to do 55 minutes. I did 55 minutes. I'll do another 55 when I go train with the team in about 2 hours. So I'm supposed to meet them at 9 at Gold's, because that's where my coach trains out of. And then there should be, I think, some type of party for one of my teammates. Her birthday's in July as well. She is a Cancer though, so a couple weeks before me. Outside of that, yeah, I don't know what Mike's gonna have me train, but he did leg variations yesterday. It's not new to me to do back-to-back leg days. I think it was not last week, but the week before that, we went back to 5 training days. no upper body, well, no shoulders. So basically, I do glutes, hams, quads, glute 2, and then accessory movements. So my calf raises, rear delts. I don't usually do rear delts anymore. Like the past 4 weeks, I haven't touched rear delts, but calf raises, maybe kickbacks, or anything that I missed throughout the week because of rushing. So that's going on. So I'll see him in a few. I'm gonna go to the Airbnb and have cream of rice. I had both of my servings of almond butter yesterday, so I went into the grocery store just now, so I don't have to have plain cream of rice. I got PB2 because it is 6 grams of protein, 5 carbs, and 1.5 grams of fats. I'm more worried about the fat because my almond butter is supposed to be my fat source, so if I already had enough of it in the past 24 hours, I'd rather just have a couple extra carbs that I can burn off at this current state. So with that, yeah, I'm about to start driving. I might record while I'm in the Airbnb. I might not, but I know I'm going to attempt to get some clips. The gym that I just came from doesn't allow recording, so that's why I didn't really get anything. But I'll try to get the clips that Mike has, or at least the reel that he posts. And then, yeah. So I'll see you in the next one. See you in the next clip. I'll be back soon. Greetings, y'all. How we're doing? How are we feeling? I just realized this battery is not even charged all the way. Lord have mercy on me. And my edge control is not edge controlling, but it's gonna be all right. I already knew that about my edge control. I also did not bring a tripod. That's why I'm sitting on the floor, so that you can actually see me. Okay. Like I said, I just got back from the grocery store. I took a shower. Figured I would do that first. So I'm getting dressed, and then I'll have my cream of rice and head out the door. I need to look and see how far the gym is from here, so I can have a rough estimate of what time I need to walk out. Yeah. But let's see. I was talking to one of my teammates yesterday. 20 minutes, not bad. One of my teammates yesterday, and I was basically talking about like different ways to approach prep. So like my first prep, I was so strict with myself, and I do believe like the whole point of prep and being in bodybuilding is to be strict. But I was so strict that I removed all seasonings from my meals. So like I wouldn't put garlic or onion powder. You can have garlic or onion powder. You're trying to remove things that have spices that have sugar or like extra salt. So that was something that I didn't think to do, and I finally like relaxed on myself maybe midway through. But that, and then my coach gives out meal plans, so he doesn't give us macros. He just tells us exactly what he wants us to eat. And a lot of coaches do that, and they'll do like meal breakdown. So like meal 1, we want you to eat 6 ounces of egg whites and 1 whole egg, and then meal 2, which in the bodybuilder lifestyle, you'll probably time it out like an hour and a half. You'll have cream of rice and maybe some spinach. So for me, it doesn't necessarily make sense to separate those meals, especially with timing. So for me, I will take the ingredients. I'll look at it as a grocery list, the ingredients, and eat according to what makes sense for my day. So let's say I'm going to train legs early in the morning, like I'm about to right now. I'm going to have my carbs first. I'll have some protein, so I'll have cream of rice, half of my serving of cream of rice, egg whites, and then the PB2 that I'll be using, but it's gonna be carbs, protein. I can wait for the fats. Then I think another meal, good example would be like I have a meal that's watercress, cucumber with chicken. But I would rather have all my greens at once. So I do the watercress with my spinach and make a little salad. So you see what I'm saying? Like mixing up the way that you get that food, or you put that food in you eat that food. Because the big thing to me is like your stomach doesn't know the difference between you eating spinach in the morning and spinach at night. Now the bioavailability, if you're like really low on iron, then maybe it would be beneficial to start your day with that. But if you're consistently on a bodybuilder diet, you're probably gonna be good with iron because spinach is like one of our biggest vegetables. But yeah, let me stop yapping and get to cooking so that I can get out of here on time. Yeah, I think that's it, really. That's about it. I'm a little tired. Yeah, just a little tired, but I have the rest of that coffee to drink, so I'm pretty excited about that. And it's setting in that I'm about to have carbs, so we'll find some energy real soon. But see you at the gym.